Getting all ready here. Okay. So I think we're good there. Okay, good. I can see that we're live on YouTube. We need that. Okay. So coming back here, I'm going to start recording here and we'll dive into day 3. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Um, good. So we have webinar chat here. Thank you, Nancy. I got this in Shasta by a woman who does these incredible sound healings and makes really beautiful jewelry that lives there. Okay, let's see here. And hello in Oregon. Yay. Rebecca doing pretty well. Burning question. Why do so many awakening people and spiritual practitioners struggle with inflammation? That is a great question. A really, really great question. I do have an answer to that. And a lot I could share about that. So we'll get there. Let me go ahead and get recording here. Get this show on the road. Okay. All right. So hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome back to our Healing Masterclass series. 4 whole days together, a couple hours each day, really, is what it's turning into. And here we are with day 3. I'm really excited to be here once again, sharing with all of you that feel like, called to be here, interested, finding that you are resonating with the work that we're doing here together, the information that I'm sharing. So we're going to do that again today. And of course, our topic here that this whole masterclass series is focused on is, what are your allergies, inflammation, and pain trying to tell you? Decode potent healing messages hidden in your body and access your true state of radiant health and happiness. Who doesn't want that? That's what we're looking for. All right. So I'm going to do just a quick recap. I'd like to do that. Sometimes, you might be one of those people that are jumping in here on day 3, but haven't had a chance to review day 1 and day 2 yet. So we'll just do a quick little recap. On day 1, we did an allergy healing for radiation, plastics, many different types of pollutants that are in our environment and the air that we're breathing, environment and some other environmental agents and factors, quite a few emotions, some parts of the body, really to support respiratory health. But also, as we do this work, we're really supporting overall health, not just the respiratory system, as these types of allergies affect us beyond, one organ, one gland, or one system of the body. So we really are doing this work for whole body healing. And then I also ran an additional healing tool that is called the environmental detox healing. And it contains some additional allergy healing for other substances like smoke, which is part of the pollution issue that can cause a lot of us issues, for adhesives and glues, some water, a pretty good list of water and food chemicals, dust, vitamin C to help our bodies absorb that very important nutrient, and more. We also did some deep relationship healing work for you with parts and aspects of yourself that are feeling discouraged, that are feeling let down or disappointed by your body or state of health, health challenges that you've possibly been dealing with for a long time. So, really those parts of ourselves that have been unable to give ourselves compassion and, love and kindness where we need it. And that is really helpful. It's something that I've learned along the way in this allergy healing work that I do, which is right, clearing resistance, clearing the distorted energy patterns, which there are many of, that we hold in our connection with something else, in our inner environment or outer environment. So, um, one of the things that I've learned to do that can be really powerful is to direct these types of healing tools, bringing to our relationship with ourself, parts and aspects of self. And we're not just working with our parts and aspects of self, you know, this is good for inner child work, shadow work. As we do use these tools to work on, healing these parts and aspects of ourself, our relationship with our own self, it's also, clearing through time, through it's clearing cellular memories where we hold wherever we're focused on clearing within our relationships, um, through that we might be holding from past life incarnations, holding for the collective, holding in that ancestral sort of lineage, which can be energetically imprinted on our very cells, and our energy bodies, of course, in this lifetime. So when we work in this way, it's really, really powerful because, again, it's not just working with surface aspects. It really goes deep into those kind of deeply imprinted or embedded patterns that are part of our core wounds. So we got to do some of that work. That's there for you. If you missed it, you want to grab that. And then in day two, well, and also in day one, we talked about what an allergy is. That's important from an energetic perspective. And the truth of allergies, why they drain our energy, how that's working. So for day two, we went deeper into allergy healing for other environmental kind of factors, kind of building off of our work here each day. Going deeper on mold and fungus, which was also being addressed in that one of those gift audio healings for those of you that you're here because you registered for this event. And then we got to work with begin to work with some other pathogens that create a lot of inflammatory kind of problems for so many people all over the world, like Epstein-Barr virus, along with some other pathogens that are pretty common and tend to really affect our respiratory health, upper and lower respiratory. So again, we have that kind of continued respiratory system support focus. But again, always keeping in mind that when we clear these types of allergies, we're bringing healing to all the parts of the body where when we do pathogen work, where these pathogens may be kind of more located or stored in the body. So we did that. I ran a couple of additional healing tools that I've created as well, going a little deeper for respiratory health and environmental allergies. And then today, we should talk more also about what we talked about content-wise. So those are the healing components because this is a healing masterclass series, right? So every day we're doing a different healing, and it's all really designed to work all together, kind of bringing you from a good starting place and building off of that each time we gather to do deeper work. So we also got to talk about a little bit more about how allergies are created, how they affect us, and what exactly inflammation in the body is. Again, from that higher perspective, that energetic perspective. And we also got to take a look at a kind of close up look at some of those energy patterns that are creating those packets of resistance that are allergies and that manifest as inflammation in the body. And we got to also start a deeper discussion about pathogens and how we're working with those here and why that's important. And we're going to talk more about that today. And we're also going to be doing more healing work on that much needed kind of pathogen topic as well. Today, I'm going to be running allergy healing for, yep, more environmental agents. There are a lot. If you just think about what could possibly be in our external environment, right? That's a lot to cover. We don't even get to cover it all in these, 4 days together. But we get to do some really great work for a lot of the common allergens that create problems for us that are environmental. And so for some of those, one of the things we're gonna bring into this is allergy healing for animals, which helps us with a lot of different things, not just how well we do with our pets or other people's pets when we go into other homes and places that have pets that we've been allergic to. But also that helps us with meat-related allergies as well. At least the allergy kits that we work with here do, are animal kits that are designed to help us kind of with both of those aspects. So the foods that we eat, as well as our beloved pets that we have, or just not wanting to, worry about having an extreme allergic reaction when you go to a friend's house who has pets, cats and dogs and whatnot. And another reason that I want to work with these specific allergies in this way too is that these are both common causes or triggers of that histamine response in the body. And my intention is to really work with that here throughout our time together. And that's also interrelated, connected to a lot of the pathogens that we're working on. For instance, some of the Lyme disease sort of causing bacteria, like the Borrelia species. And they're also often related to some of the other bacteria that can really cause us some problems like E. coli. So we're going to be working with more of these today. And so stick around for that. We'll be getting there today. And then that really puts us in a place where we're really set up to take a little bit deeper look at pathogens, move into the many benefits, or what I call miraculous side effects we experience with energetic allergy healing. And I'm going to jump right into that and hopefully kind of wrap up today's day 3 and under that 2-hour mark today. So that's the goal here. We're going to try to keep this more at like 90 minutes or so. And I also have some slides that I'm going to share with you today to help you kind of with that visual component as we move through some of today's material. And then also, as always, please do put questions that you have for me in the chat box. I know that some questions are there already, and I will do my best to take a look at those and get to those today. And we also still have tomorrow. And I'm going to also talk about some other kind of opportunities to experience more of this work that are coming up here as well, that I have planned in the very near future. So we'll touch on all of that today. Okay, you cannot find the bonus email. Got one with your in email. How can I find it? Okay, so that happened for some of you. I know a lot of you did get those, But Nicole says, the ones of you that didn't get that, I don't know what your emails are. Sometimes there's issues with AOL emails. Sometimes they're really finicky with our active campaign system, our mailing system. So that could be it. So what I did do, are you getting the replay emails? Because in the day one replay email, I went ahead and included links to those 2 free gifts, those registration gifts, because some of you were telling me you couldn't find them. So I did put them in there. So please check that and let me know. If you have that day one replay, you do have those links. Okay. And okay. Natalie Alicia says hello on her live. That's super funny. Love it. And hi, Natalie. I'm so glad you're here. Glad one and all of you are here. So let's go ahead and I'll jump back to the chat box. Don't worry, I'll get back there. If you have questions as we're moving through, if I've missed a question already, I will come back to that. Whoops. So what we want to do here next is dive a little deeper into pathogens and this modality. I want to return to that kind of analogy or imagery I shared yesterday about or that might have been day one, about the heart as that lighthouse, right? Guiding us on the path of self-awareness, and the body as our compass, showing us where we are out of alignment. So just like that lighthouse shines out into the darkness, revealing the way forward, our experiences with pathogens act similarly, illuminating hidden areas within us that need healing and realignment. Pathogens, viruses, bacteria, fungi, are drawn to us. Some of this is a little bit of a recap, but we're going to go deeper. But these pathogens are drawn to us when we hold matching frequencies, such as unworthiness, guilt, or resentment. They resonate with these dense energies. And in doing so, they point us towards those parts of ourselves that might be stuck in these lower vibrational emotions and states. In a way, pathogens help us to see where our compass has gone off course, revealing opportunities to recalibrate and reconnect with the path that our heart is lighting. So pathogens are often hidden, but significant, as they cause a lot of various health issues, not just colds and flus, not just a UTI or sinus infection or an ear infection. In my work, I have found pathogens are connected to all kinds of symptoms, pain and disease, from inflammatory issues, even such as back pain. Yes, back pain, headaches, sciatica, asthma, and other types of nerve-oriented pain, not just sciatica. Skin problems of all kinds, from dandruff to seborrheic dermatitis to eczema, rashes, you name it. They're in there almost always, playing a role in that creation of that disease or that health issue. Thyroid disease, digestive problems, fatigue, autoimmune disorders, and even allergies. Pathogens can be the main underlying reason people are allergic to a certain food or plant, flower or tree, or pets even, or your own home environment. I have needed to use my allergy kits, which I'm going to give you guys a little peek at and talk more about those tomorrow. But they contain hundreds of pathogens across the respective groups, right? Mold, yeast, fungus, bacteria, viruses, parasites, to help us to identify the specific ones that are creating specific nuanced symptoms, whether they're newer and acute or long-standing chronic symptoms. Then when we do an allergy healing for those specific pathogens that we discover working with our allergy kits, those symptoms disappear. Sometimes before the healing session is even over, right? Many of you are experiencing similar things here day to day. You come into the master classes with a symptom that you woke up with this morning or that kicks in before the class. And for some of you, it's gone by the time class is even over. This is not a fluke. This is not a coincidence. This happens all the time. So it's important to understand pathogens. They are wired to survive. They're very skilled at hiding in their host, in our body, right? Sometimes in and around metals, viruses, also using our DNA and RNA to replicate. Over time, our immune system can overlook or even tolerate their presence, so to speak, treating them as if they belong. This makes it harder for our bodies to locate and clear them effectively. So when we use energetic allergy healing and we do an allergy healing for a pathogen like Epstein-Barr virus or any other, we're essentially sending a message to the immune system, hey, see this? Here, it's time to address it. Right? It helps direct our immune intelligence to recognize these hidden pathogens, reactivating the body's natural ability to defend itself. And additionally, what makes this modality work so well in dealing with pathogens is that it doesn't just release our personal resistance to these microorganisms or these pathogen patterns, but it also clears the energetic beliefs, the emotions, the frequencies from the pathogens that are in our body themselves, which is a really important piece. That I have discovered in this work needs to be a part of it for that, effective, fast-acting healing that we're looking for when it comes to pathogens. That's kind of one of the secrets of kind of dissolving that glue or greatly reducing that magnetic factor of attraction that's in play with us and the pathogens that are in our environment and in our bodies. And by clearing these resistance patterns from ourselves, from the pathogens in our body, harmonizing our system, we reduce the cellular inflammation caused by pathogens and enhance the body's protective abilities at the same time. So there's a lot of benefits when we do this work, including greater immunity, improved infection prevention and recovery, and continued release at the same time of dense emotional states, outdated programming. As we harmonize our system, we effectively remove the welcome mat, so to speak, for these pathogens, allowing the immune system to identify them and clear them. So with this deep healing, our body's compass becomes more aligned, and that inner lighthouse shines brighter. We move back onto that path of clarity, love, and empowerment. And this is a really core kind of central piece of the work that we do with these allergy healing tools. And I want to explore more now. I promised I would share more on the benefits and what I call those miraculous side effects of this work. So we've talked about healing and support for pathogens. We've got to look at that pretty closely. We've also, over the past couple of days, got to talk about how it's assisting us in living in harmony with the toxins that are in our environment, so that those effects of immune response are greatly reduced. Which we could think of as their negative impact is greatly reduced. And many of us find that we can even live in the same environments that caused us problems before, symptom-free after the healing is done. And we've also talked about a lot here in these couple of days, how we're clearing resistance, right? How those energetic blocks that manifest as inflammation in the body, that sludge that interferes with the flow of energy in our body, resistance. So we're clearing that. We're clearing the programming, the trauma, the emotions, and a lot of other types of energy patterns that create that resistance or that disharmony, which manifests as inflammation in the body. But there's more to share. There's actually a lot more to share. And I want to touch on some of those things here right now. And I have something I'm going to share my screen, and we'll look at this together. Just get it up here. So I have it here for you. And I'm going to share my screen. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So let's see here. This is going to work like a slideshow. It's really just a really nicely put together PDF. And we're just going to walk through these together here. So some of those sort of side effects and benefits of this work is enhanced detoxification and reclaiming our physical health. By clearing the old code of resistance patterns and energy blocks, EAH opens up your body's natural detox pathways, allowing it to release toxins more effectively. As this process clears inflammation, your body's systems can work more harmoniously, leading to better health and vitality, especially over time. It just, we continue to reduce inflammatory factors. We continue to increase harmony. We continue to, clear out that sludge, so to speak, that inflammation in the body. It is a process, and the more we do it, the more that continues to reduce and reduce and reduce. And there's so many benefits as part of that. We also experienced improved emotional balance and greater self-love as we're clearing deep-seated emotions like guilt and shame and unworthiness that may have been blocking your connection with your own heart, your body, higher aspects of self, right? And as we clear these, we become more open to our experiencing love toward yourself, from others. And this self-love encourages greater self-acceptance and wholeness, helping you feel worthy and supported. As a result, you can break free from repetitive patterns of chaos and drama or self-sabotage, embracing a life filled with greater ease, peace, and harmony. And we've talked about some of this too, and how this is something that I can certainly speak to in my own life, and how different I am today, and how different my life is today than it was, I think I mentioned 5 years ago, but it's, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Oh my gosh, like just dramatic reduction in chaos and drama and trauma and, being stuck in negative thought loops and debilitating emotional states. So I'm a testimony to this modality myself, but I also get to hear about this from others all the time with this work. Another benefit is clarity in thinking and mental well-being. I just spoke to that as well for myself, but that mental sludge also, like that inflammation, right? Clearing it from the brain, clearing it from the mental body. Our thinking becomes sharper, more focused, different types of, and you can connect that directly with different types of sort of mental symptoms easing up and disappearing. I've helped so many people with ADD, ADHD, focus deficit disorders of all kinds. um, as part of what we can do here with these tools, allowing for clearer thinking, better decision making, greater resilience. And as I mentioned, this clarity can help reduce anxiety, obsessive thought loops, making it easier to stay present and centered. So important. Also, what comes with this work is heightened intuition and definitely spiritual growth, as it's clearing resistance also within your spiritual connection, right? Allowing you to feel more deeply attuned to your inner guidance, right? Your intuitive abilities as energy flows more and more unobstructed. Your connection to source strengthens, often bringing heightened sense of purpose and alignment with your spiritual path. This brings about a deeper understanding of yourself and the world, leading to greater inner peace and definitely spiritual expansion. Another topic I hear from people a lot about how much more intuitive they're feeling, how much more aware they are of just those more subtle energies. And we also have that benefit of strengthened relationships and attracting supportive connections. So when old emotional patterns tied to self-worth or conditional love, as these are cleared, which as we talked about yesterday, could be being cleared for you just when we're clearing an allergy to milk or dairy, as that's so often connected to milk, as that's one of our very first experiences out of the womb, put to our mother's breast, nursed. Some circumstances where you don't get to do that, but it's it's a bottle, it's milk, and it's that direct kind of correlation, some of our first interactions with nourishment, with being nurtured, which is a direct act of love. And that could be what's clearing, as we're just simply clearing allergies to milk and dairy. Everybody's different as to what creates those allergies, but I tend to find allergies to milk often connected with blocks to love. And also oftentimes connected to experiences that are traumatic in our childhood, with our mothers, even our fathers too. And so as we're harmonizing our energy with others, reducing conflict, enabling understanding and mutual respect, with the clarity to see yourself more clearly, you also find that you can set healthier boundaries, inviting relationships that really, support you. And also what comes with that, which is also so important for our health, is letting go of those that are draining our energy. Okay, we often tolerate relationships that are hurting us because of these types of beliefs and programming of unworthiness, and that love is conditional. So the more we release those, the less tolerant we're going to be of relationships that are just not equally beneficial and supportive. Reduction of chaos and increased life harmony. So clearing patterns of resistance brings in an incredible reduction in external chaos and drama, as these patterns are often what attract and magnetize disharmonious situations. With the AH, life moves with greater flow and ease, allowing you to stay grounded and focused, attracting positive circumstances and people aligned with your higher self, your more authentic, your real self. We all want that, or that's what we desire in our deepest places. We also experience increased energy, joy, and vitality. As inflammation is clearing and energy flows naturally, physical and mental fatigue lift, freeing up vital force energy. With this newfound energy, there's a natural increase in things like motivation, productivity, creativity, and joy. You feel happier, lighter, more energized, with a deeper connection to the things that bring you personal fulfillment and satisfaction. We also can experience freedom, joy, and really an improved quality of life by clearing allergies. Right? Clearing patterns of resistance brings in incredible reduction in external chaos and drama, as these patterns are often what attract and magnetize disharmonious situations. So we're also seeing a connection here. And I've talked about this a lot in probably day one and day two, how we are really in relationship to and with all things, right? We're all connected on that sort of quantum level. And so we see it. We see it reflected as we heal in these many different types of benefits and improvements that we begin to experience. Life moves with greater flow and ease, allowing you to stay grounded and focused, attracting positive people aligned with your higher self. I feel like that's also true. I feel like that particular slide might have been a duplicate. We might have had a little mistake there that it wasn't caught, but that is still also very true. It also opens you to love and deepen self-connection, right? As we clear those blocks, yes, those blocks, which are resistance, which show up as allergies, which manifest as inflammation, they keep us from fully embracing ourselves, leading to a healing relationship with you, with yourself. As these patterns dissolve, you become more empowered, more self-acceptance begins to be your more normal experience. Wholeness, self-worth, self-love, all improves. This renewed connection with yourself enhances every area of your life, right? Opening you to, yes, healthier relationships, greater resilience, and the empowerment to live as your authentic self. All of those things are keys to creating the health we desire. That's the sweet spot where our body is happy. And also, it's important to understand on that really physical level here, as we do this work, we are literally building a new body from the inside out over time. And I want to share more about this. So you're literally building a new, healthier body by clearing allergies to your own organs, glands, and body tissues. We calm inflammation right down to the cellular level, allowing our body system to reset and begin to renew. For example, if you have inflammation in a specific area, like the gallbladder, this healing targets and releases resistance there. So inflammation begins to resolve, radiating through your whole system. So this process allows for a reduction in symptoms, pain, and chronic health issues, but it goes further than that. And we have touched on this. I want to make sure that we really understand this part because it's playing such a big role in how we're healing our bodies. And again, literally building a new body from the inside out. As when we clear allergies to vital nutrients, which we need. So many people are allergic to them. Some of us are so allergic to them that we have conditions like vitamin D resistance. Some of you might be familiar with that. Some of you might deal with that yourself. And there is, vitamin D is such an important component for immune health. We can be in some serious trouble when we get to that state with nutrients like vitamin D. So we clear these allergies. It makes it possible for your body to actually use and absorb these nutrients, creating healthier cells every time they renew. So every 3 months or so, that's an average, our soft tissues, our organs, our glands, they are brand new cells. You'll know, and the liver, you have a brand new liver every 6 weeks. So the liver renews itself really fast. You'll notice incremental improvements as your cells renew, other symptoms may begin to drop off, and overall function of your organs and glands and all of that also increases within these increments. And you also may find need for certain medications decreasing, cravings and chronic pain patterns disappearing, and energy levels rising. All of these things are feedback, things I hear all of the time from people in all of those areas. People leaving behind their antihistamines, they don't need them anymore. Thyroid medications, high blood pressure medications, uh, just to name a few. And those are some of the more common ones that I hear about a lot. I feel like there was something else I was going to share in there, but if I need it, it's going to come back. Tracking these changes over time, though, can be really enlightening. I encourage people to journal when they come into this work and they really are going to really get into it, whether through session work or training to learn how to do this work yourself. Journaling can be really, really helpful so that, you're tracking all the different symptoms that you have before and later. And it's going to change 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, 9 months down the road, a year down the road, and so on. I have people, letting me know 2 years later that, oh, now this symptom, I don't have this anymore. Now this one is gone. And now, and the symptoms and the different types of problems that I hear about range, all of you, they range, not just physical symptoms. People that I hear from people that they were housebound. They either they weren't well enough, they had associated fears with leaving their home. Now they're traveling to see family members they haven't seen in 16 years. This is a true story. Recently shared with me. And spending time with loved ones that they couldn't get out of the house to see. These are the kinds of things that we get to experience, especially over time. So it can be really helpful to track, what all is going on, where all the problems are, and check back in over time and see what's changed, because it definitely changes. So it's helping you rebuild every system of your body over time: digestive, immune, endocrine, all the 12 body systems, so that they work better for you. They get stronger, healthier, and more resilient over time. So I wanted to share that there with you. And then also, speaking of all of those benefits, those awesome side effects, um, I want to go that's a really good place to tie in something else that I promised we would talk about. You probably already have a clue already because we've definitely touched on it. But I also mentioned how I would share with you how your allergies and inflammation are secretly supporting you and unlocking your healing gifts and activating your spiritual superpowers, right? So you may have a good idea about that already, but I want to make sure that I'm really answering that directly. So here we go. Allergies and inflammation represent not only physical blockages, but also energetic ones, right? We understand that those restrict our access to that natural flow of chi or life force energy. But it's this life force energy, it's more than just vitality, right? It's source love, source light, that frequency of pure creation, compassion, and connection flowing through everything. And when we are caught in the cycle of resisting this flow due to allergies and inflammation, our energy is drained. Yes, weakening our immune system, diminishing our natural life force. But as we clear these energetic blocks, the body's resistance dissolves, allowing that source light, that source energy to flow more and more freely. And with this renewed flow, we don't just heal physically, we truly unlock hidden superpowers. We start accessing higher states of consciousness, experiencing increased intuition, and attuning to higher frequency emotions like joy and peace. And in these states, we naturally align with what we could call the creation frequency, which allows us to tap into our potential as creator beings. This is where our reality really shifts. We find ourselves capable of manifesting more of what we desire, less of what we don't desire, effortlessly creating a life that resonates with our heart's true intentions. This is how we change our life. This process transforms us into conscious co-creators of our own experiences, empowering us to build a reality that reflects our highest self and our heart-aligned desires. Many benefits, miraculous side effects. So you all are going to experience some more of this work. And we're working with some, really big things here together, things that, might not hold the keys to unlock all of the different, challenges and health issues that you have going on, as we all have our unique components, unique allergies. And I mean, this is why we have, thousands of allergies that we work with in our allergy healing kits, because we have so many different unique packages of resistance that are creating the kind of plethora of problems that we have. But we get to do a lot here together, and I get really excited when I get these opportunities to share healing freely with all of you to experience. And and I know that I also love doing these types of events because not everyone in my community can afford healing programs, training courses, and all of that. And so I feel, that I view these as opportunities to also support those of you in my community that way as well. So today, I mentioned we're going to be doing allergy healing for my allergy healing kit for meats, animals. I'm going to include vitamin B complex here today. I'm going to include my insects kit as well, sugars, proteins, which if we want to effectively clear allergies to meat, for instance, some people also need to have their allergies to proteins cleared. So we're doing that today. And actually, for some people, allergies to proteins are a piece of their allergy issues that they have with our natural world around us, as proteins are the building blocks of all of life, our own bodies and everything we see in nature. And then we're also going to clear allergies to Epstein-Barr virus, which we also did yesterday, but all of these healings are building one off of another, bringing you different sort of combinations of allergies to unlock different systems and different symptoms, and will support you in different ways. So, and then we're going to work with the Borrelia family of bacteria, which are those Lyme causative agents. And a lot of people actually have these in their body and don't know it. They don't express as Lyme disease, yet they're causing a range of issues, inflammatory problems that can even be digestive system problems, and can even be part of a food allergy problem, is Borrelia. So, and all of this has come to light through just doing this work with people, and also hearing back from the people that I've trained and certified in this modality, practitioners, energetic allergy healing practitioners who are doing this work with other people, with themselves and others, and then reporting back, oh, that's how I learned this piece about Borrelia directly being a part of a food allergy problem was from one of our practitioners. And it was her own personal story. And she was saying how, she'd been doing quite a bit of allergy work. She was still having some some food allergies that she was having trouble resolving. And then she said, in the night, she had a dream and had woke up with the word Borrelia, a specific one, actually. Borrelia, it was either Hermsii or Greenie. There's several that we work with here. And she heard that she needed to clear that as an allergy. And when she did, that was the key for her. That cleared her food allergies. And then she was able to eat whatever she wanted finally. So, that's how I learned that piece. I didn't, that could be. I didn't know that. So I love hearing from our practitioners too, and what they experience doing this work with themselves and out in the world. Helps us all to understand how we can further serve ourselves and others with these tools. So, that's one of the reasons I'm working with this here today with all of you, the Borrelia family. And again, because I've discovered that so many people have issue with this and just are unaware because it's not actually expressing as Lyme disease necessarily. Okay, and then there are some other bacteria we're going to work with. And then I had mentioned yesterday that we were going to also do some healing work for COVID and the whole coronavirus sort of spectrum, the older and the newer. And I didn't do that in the allergy healing component yesterday, but that is a part of the immune supporter X healing, which I did run for you also yesterday. But I'm also going to bring that into the allergy healing we're doing together here today, along with mono, which is another connection piece for inflammation that's unresolved and is often connected to Epstein-Barr for so many, and a few others. So we're getting ready to do our healing. I just want to share a little bit up front so you know what's coming. And then I'm going to run a healing tool that I created. It's called EBV Lyme COVID Healing. And it's going to build, keep hearing me say this every day, it's going to build off of what we've already been doing. A lot of the reason I'm doing it this way is to help those of you who are newer to this work to be able to handle what we're doing each day easier. Okay. But the other reason is simply to, everything we're doing is going to bring in a new facet, new complexity, and it's going to resolve some different issues for some of you, even if you're not new to this work, even if you've been in my world here for years. So I get excited about that too. And so the EBV Lyme COVID healing, and again, many people don't, are actually dealing with these all at once and they don't even know it. And with COVID, it's gotten more complicated, right? Since the COVID spike proteins and, create histamine response. And, it's just created this sort of wild chaos in the body, pathogen-wise. So this healing tool is working with all of those pathogens all at once. So it's going to support the allergy healing work that we're doing. It's going to go deeper, helping to free people of allergies, pathogen patterns, and other related problems like fatigue. A lot of these that we're working with here today are part of the fibromyalgia story, autoimmune disease, chronic aches and pains, nervous system, liver health, digestive system. There's a lot here that this is going to be supportive for. And then I've also brought in a lot of, so remember I shared on day one that my sort of entry point into this realm of energy work was belief work, right? Clearing, limiting, or negative beliefs and belief systems. And I still deeply resonate with that. It's a very, intricately woven piece of the work that I do. And there's a whole long list. I don't have time to share it here, but there's a whole long list of beliefs that are often connected to or associated with Lyme disease, associated with these particular bacteria that are Epstein-Barr virus associated. And it's part of the packet of energy. It's part of the healing that I'm going to be doing, even though you're not going to hear me say all that out loud, okay? But you're actually receiving a lot to assist and support deep shifts with these specific pathogens and the inflammation that they're creating in your body. So we're doing that. And then I feel like there was something else I was going to share too. But let's get the healing done. And anything else that needs to get shared, I'll either remember it or we'll, bring it in tomorrow. Okay. So if you're not in a good spot where you can relax for a few minutes, have some quiet, you might want to find that spot now as we are about to do our healing. All right. And here we go. Okay, so this is our healing for day 3 of our healing masterclass series. So go ahead and close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Just drop down into your heart, right? Place your focus, your attention on your heart. Begin to breathe longer, deeper breaths, finding a 5-second inhale and a 5-second exhale if you can. Just nice, deep, rhythmic breathing. And I invite you to imagine that you're breathing as if you're breathing in and out of your heart. So you really feel that partnership that exists between your breath and your heart. Beautiful. Just continuing those longer, deeper breaths as you begin to notice that there's a beautiful pink light that's all around you. And just imagine that that pink light, which is the pure frequency of compassion, is streaming into your heart as you breathe. You're drawing it in with every breath, and it's filling your heart. You can imagine that your heart is lighting up with pink light. Beautiful. This compassion frequency is activating your heart, expanding your heart space. And now I invite you to take a moment as you continue those longer, deeper breaths through your heart to begin to place your focus and awareness on the connection within you between your heart and the heart of Gaia. Connecting heart to heart, that beautiful heart chakra of Gaia, our Mother Earth, that's filled with that golden light. Just allowing your breath to expand you within this connection, bringing you into a deep heart connection with Gaia. And it's holding the intention right here to anchor yourself in, heart to heart, with Gaia anchoring in to the golden love light that she holds for you. And as you do, just imagining or sensing that golden love light streaming into your heart. Imagine how it's lighting up your heart. It too is activating your heart, expanding your heart space. Beautiful. And taking a moment as you continue those deeper breaths through your heart to place your focus and awareness on the connection within you between your heart and the heart of your higher self. allowing your breath to expand you within this connection, bringing you into a deep heart connection with the highest aspect of you that you can access right now in this moment. And anchor yourself in here, heart to heart, with your higher self or your I am presence or your divine aspect, whatever words really resonate with you there. Beautiful. Continuing those deeper breaths through your heart, begin to place your focus and awareness on the connection within you between your heart and the heart of Creator, the heart of Source. Allowing your breath to expand you within this connection, bringing you into that deep heart connection with Source light, Source love, pure creation energy. You may see it as beautiful, iridescent light. And anchoring yourself in through your intention, heart to heart with Creator, and just noticing that iridescent source love light streaming into your heart, filling your heart, lighting up your heart. It too is activating your heart, expanding your heart space. And now just taking a moment to notice how all of this light in your heart, that pink light of compassion, the golden love light from Gaia, that iridescent source love light, all combine together to create a beautiful iridescent rose gold light. And as you sit with your breath and all of this light in your heart, just taking a moment to notice how this is opening your heart chakra in the front and also in the back between your shoulder blades. Just noticing how expanded your heart space feels now. And also noticing how as you continue those deeper breaths through your heart, this light continues to expand, filling every cell of your body, all the space in between, and expands out from your physical body to fill your entire energetic field so that you are in the center of a ball of light that's about 12 feet in diameter. It's going to be a little different for everyone. Good. Just seeing or imagining how bright all of this light is within you and all around you. Feeling how loved you are in this space, supported you are in this space. And also holding the intention here to stay really grounded and anchored into these essential connections and into all of this light as we move more deeper into our healing here. And I'm going to go right into the allergy healing. So in Divine Love and Light, run an energetic allergy healing for meats. So bringing in an extensive list of meats from my allergy kits. Animals, pets. This includes your pets, my animal kit. If you have a pet, if there's a certain type of animal that you know you have an allergy to, you can even just hold that in your mind as you're receiving this healing. But we're clearing allergies to not just the animal, we're clearing it to the dander, urine, feces, saliva. Of course, hair, fur. Good. And also for vitamin B complex, insects, sugars, proteins, Epstein-Barr virus, coronaviruses, including SARS-CoV-2, all variants. So COVID, but also the earlier coronavirus, SARS and MERS. Infectious mononucleosis. Let's bring in my influenza type A allergy kit as well. All variants. That additional kind of cold and flu season support. And the following bacteria here. The Borrelia species bacteria, including Borrelia burgdorferi, Borrelia garini, Borrelia hermsii, and Mayoni, Miyamotoi, Parkeri, and recurrentis. The protozoa Babesia, Cryptosporidium. Beta strep bacteria is A, B, C, and D. E. coli bacteria. Good, all endotoxins, exotoxins, byproducts, waste products from these bacteria, viruses, and other microorganisms in the body. Oh, Candida, meant to mention Candida. Let's bring that in here. All byproducts, waste products. Good, and I'm going to bring in a few body kits here. So the immune system, nervous system, vascular system, organs, glands, cells, DNA, RNA. Oh, the head kit, so ears, eyes, nose, mouth, throat. Well, let's bring in the digestive system. We have some new additions to that allergy kit, so bringing that in here. Good, and I'm going to bring in my emotions, feelings kit, allergy combinations, environmental factors. Good, so healing all of these allergies and all relationships between all of these allergies and each of you now. Create or change it. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to run that additional healing I mentioned earlier. So Divine Love and Light, run EBV, Lyme, COVID healing now. Create or change it. Okay, good. And anchoring all of this healing in with Sacred Light close. You can anchor this healing in intentionally along with me here, anchoring all of this healing into your heart and high heart, mind and higher mind, anchoring it into your cells, your DNA, your RNA, your nervous system, anchoring it into your Earth Star chakra just below your feet, anchoring it into the heart of Gaia, into our soul grid, and into wholeness and totality now. Change it. Okay, good. Beautiful. And our healing for today is complete. Good. How are you doing over there? How's everybody feeling? Hopefully better than you came in feeling. We always need maybe a minute to kind of come back to the masterclass here. That can make us really sleepy. Yeah, lots of yawning, releasing. Yeah. Aw, thank you, everybody. Um, okay, coming into the chat a little bit better here. I'm gonna open that up so I can see it better. Paige, you're so sweet. Eva, so relaxed, wonderful. Natalie, OMG, that was amazing and on point. Can't wait to do the replay. Love you. Love you too, Natalie. I'm so glad you were here with me. All of us, amazing. Cassie, sleepy, lots of yawning and releasing. Love it. Thank you. Good. All right, and MD's iPad. I see you all the time. I can't think of your first name right now. Is it Marilyn? Am I right? Saying, wow, amazing, so grateful. Paige, I can breathe and I'm sleepy. Rebecca, whew, really felt that EBV healing, powerful anxiety at first, but the close portion really helped. Yeah, getting that anchoring. It's really important to anchor healing in and in an effective way that helps us to process and integrate that healing. Let's see here. Shirley saying, is there one of the classes or two gifts that would work best for external wind starting sinuses? This can start my sinuses in warm summer weather. Please advise. Yeah, we can be allergic to any of the environmental sort of factors, not just agents and substances, but we can be allergic to wind itself. We can be allergic to the cold, dampness, heat, you name it. We can have allergies to these things, and then it causes us problems when we're in those different elements. Interestingly enough, just to kind of bring this home, is I've worked with people in the past clearing allergies to different foods, and I was working with someone with an allergy to ice cream. And we've cleared allergies to dairy, we've cleared allergies to sugars, we've cleared allergies to chocolate and, different fruits and different things. It could be ingredients in ice cream. And symptoms were reduced when she would eat ice cream, but they weren't fully resolved. So when I tuned in, I was getting that we needed to clear allergies like to the cold and not just like and freezing temperatures, and ice cream itself, not just the ingredients that go into ice cream. So that was really interesting. Another one of those learning points for me. And so since then, I definitely incorporate those types of allergies into the work that we do. Again, those allergies are, you can probably fill this in for me at this point. Resistance, right? Those packets of resistance. So they can, that package of resistance can range to actual, emotional associations that we have with a specific food. I had another experience like that where we were working on this work tends to really dramatically reduce people's sugar cravings when we clear the right allergies for someone. This happens all the time. And this particular client that I'm thinking about, she's actually a practitioner today, but she wasn't at the time. But she was still noticing like that sugar cravings were really reduced, but she would notice that at certain times she would crave chocolate chip cookies specifically and only. And so we took a moment, tuned into that and discovered that, yes, we'd already cleared allergies to sugars and chocolate, kind of like with this ice cream business, but she was allergic to the cookies herself, and there was a connection, a connecting allergy to her mother, because that's what her mother used to bake. That was the treat that was given to her and her siblings. And there was associated emotions there that were unresolved, and it was causing her to be allergic to chocolate chip cookies specifically. And then once we cleared that as an allergy, she didn't crave chocolate chip cookies anymore. So it's so interesting the different factors that our allergies, our resistance is comprised of. And that's why there's so much uniqueness. That's why, we can do a lot together in events like this, but we're not going to get to all the different things that are unique for every one of you. So I love that in these Q&As, we get to really explore some of these things. So, Shirley, thank you for that. But, clearing allergies to wind itself, and I'm trying to think if that's in that's in my environmental factors allergy kit. I have the kits next to me here. And I've incorporated that into a few of the tools and the allergy clearings that we've done here together. So yes, we have cleared allergies to wind, but if you're finding it's still an issue for you, it could be because there are different factors that are also connected to wind for you that also need to be identified and cleared. So that's where the exploration needs to go if this doesn't resolve it fully. Okay. Oh, Mimi. MD is Mimi. Okay. Not Marilyn. Okay. Have you ever heard of Lyme disease being inherited? I have not heard that myself, no. So I can't speak to that. Samantha, amazing. Thank you. Nausea when you spoke up about strep, which I had severely as a kid. Yeah, ready to clear that out. Beautiful. Yep. So, and if you feel that kind of swoop in on you again, just come back to these healings and repeat them. Sue, wow, I was surprised to find connection to Gaia and Source very emotional this evening. Aw, I feel that way too sometimes, and not always. So there's something, every time we do healing work, like you could come back to these particular healings 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, and get something different from them every time. Because as we're on this healing journey, it's the journey. It is the journey that we are all on. It's the ascension process. It's the healing journey. Those things are the same thing. And as we're doing this incredible work, we have these newer kind of places within us that hold trapped emotions and limiting programming and trauma and all these other things we've been talking about that were inaccessible before. And now they're ready to come to light, right? To be released and cleared. And these healings meet you where you're at. So they're never obsolete. They're always going to bring you something new every time you listen to them through time, because they hold a lot. So I love that you shared that, Sue. Barbara, yes, had to take a minute. Thank you. Felt powerful air with each healing. Beautiful. Yeah, Kathleen, you're so welcome, by the way, too. Lots of yawning and tears. Yep. Lots of releasing going on here. April says, thank you so much, Kimberly. I saw a magical broom sweep it all into a fire pit and be burned away. Oh, I love that imagery. What a beautiful relief. Many blessings. Thank you, April. So glad you're here, April. Cassie, I also use the Reiki grounding symbol to ground them in. Good deal. Yeah, I love that. So many of you are trained in healing techniques and modalities and things. And all of these tools work work and play so well with other modalities and tools too. I love that. Beth, my usual shudders for what I respond to. Yep, everybody responds differently. Like I was mentioning, some people, their bodies move and like uncontrollable movement. Yeah, yawns, burps, coughs, sneezes, tears, so many different types of ways that our body and our energy systems let us know that we're clearing things. Um, oh, Mimi, your anchoring technique is fabulous. It really helps. Good. Thank you for sharing that. It's a really effective pathway for anchoring in healing for sure. Rebecca, really grateful and appreciative to you. Beautiful, lovely work. Heart is happy and thank you. Oh, good deal. Cara, you're welcome. Your head feels cleaner. I love that. I'll feel so relaxed to receive the beautiful healing. Thank you, Kimberly. You're so welcome. Rebecca, my body is vibrating, even my organs. I love that. That's another one that what's another one of those things that some people feel as they are receiving energy that is really resonant, right, with their own energy, is feeling those kind of vibrations, right, in your own body. I love that. You're feeling that frequency and you're aware of that. You have that awareness. Elena, hi Kimberly, I resonate strongly with your work. I'd like to know how I could find a practitioner to do sessions with that are individualized to my current issues. Yeah. Yes. So the trainings are where I'm focused. I don't offer one-on-one sessions anymore. Once in a while, I get to do something special, but for the most part, my schedule doesn't allow for it. Teaching takes up a majority of my time and energy for sure. So what you can do is you can, at some point, we will have like a practitioner sort of directory. That's something I thought we would have done already, but there's a lot to do. Let me tell you, when you're, doing work like this and trying to get it, out there in the world, a lot goes into this. But if you would like to write in to our support, you can do so at hello@kimberlycarlson.com. Just remembering that Kimberly is spelled with an I-E, not a Y. And we can give you a list of practitioners that are taking clients. Okay. You can check out their websites and you can see who resonates with you that way. Okay. So beautiful. And then, oh yeah, so Nicole, dairy and most foods have been GMO'd and poisoned. Yeah, so it clears issues with this question mark, right? So absolutely. Now, do we want to do our best to keep our homes and our home environment, our body's environment as clean as possible? Well, I'm definitely big on that. Reducing toxin exposure and load where we can is great. So, and it's going to go a long ways to help us. This work does help us to the allergy healing. So when we do allergy healing for the foods, and we do allergy healing for those GMO factors, which I have a lot of that in my allergy kits and the work that we're doing with foods. And when we clear some of those other ways that our foods are poisoned in the factories and their processes and the pesticides and all of that stuff. Just like when we clear allergies to radiation and molds in our environment, it helps us do better in that environment. So it's going to help us to release toxins in the body that are related to what we've ingested. And It's going to help our body be sort of more tolerant, less reactive when we do have exposure to various toxins, including what we ingest. So it definitely supports and really helps there a lot. Oh, Mimi, your sinuses are started flaring. Major pain on the right side of the temple. Interesting. Goes down the body, right hip and knee. Wonder what the variety of resistance packages are speaking. Well, so that feels like that feels like it's connected to, so the sinuses, we have a lot. Our sinuses are all connected: ears, eyes, nose, mouth, throat, all connected through our sinus cavities there. So, but what also is a part of our bodies is our nervous system, our nerves, and our nerves are moving through, all these spaces and places as well. So it feels to me like there's a connection there with the sinuses and the nerves, facial nerves, and how they're running down into the body on that right side. So keep, if that doesn't calm down after this healing has had some time to kind of process and integrate, because sometimes that's all we need for symptoms to subside, which varies in how long that is for someone. It could be a few minutes and it could be a few days. It doesn't usually take longer than 3 days. And usually it's more like in that middle somewhere, 24 to 48 hours or so. But also, if you repeat the healing, that oftentimes for people cuts that kind of processing and integration time down and helps you release symptoms faster. So my suggestion for that is to repeat the healings here. Any symptom that starts to flare coming into these daily sessions, or while we're doing the healing and doesn't subside pretty quickly, that's your sign that you need to repeat the healings, okay? And let those go deeper. And again, reminding you too that even though the healings are just a few minutes long and you're just hearing me say some words, we're a lot of healing, a lot of energy is coming into your energy systems, into your body. And you may not have the capacity to even receive it fully as we do these live together each day. And you might need more of what these healings hold for you. And that can also be part of why a symptom can flare and not quickly reside, is it's your body going, oh, I still need something from that healing. So repeat those healings, get back in those. Irene, I hope I so love sugar macadamia nut cookies and ice cream every night. It's so funny. I've talked in these types of master classes about my massive sugar addiction that I had, that I am free of, thank God, because that was really difficult for me. That was one of my biggest challenges, and it was also part of my inflammatory problems and health issues, because I ate sugar and junk food like a maniac. I craved it so bad. And when I was told that I was that I needed to cut sugar out of my diet to feel better, I tried. I'm telling you, I tried really hard, and I would just cry. I would just cry, and I don't think I made it more than a day when I would try, is it was that big of an issue for me. And I can have like a bite or two of something yummy to me, dessert now, and I'm done. That's it. I just don't need any more or want any more. So that's also another big way that my life has changed. And I love this piece because sugar is a toxin. And this is one of those amazing side effects of this healing work. One of the things that signals a craving can actually be an allergy. to what we crave. For me, that was sugar. I was so allergic to sugar. And I had candida problems, yeast infections, urinary tract infections, all kinds of, brain fog. Um, well, that Epstein-Barr was all part of that too, but sugar was a big deal. And we need to be able to easily reduce our intake of sugars. Another key to freedom that this modality brings to so many. I hear it all the time. And that's all going to go a long ways in helping you reclaim your health. Also, this happens for junk food too. It's not just sugar. Chemicals in our foods are addictive. The companies that make this garbage know that. And it's there for that reason, because we keep coming back and back and paying them lots of money for their junk food. So this works that way too. We calm down cravings for chemical, the chemicals that are in foods that are often part of that draw and craving. So that we can easily start, eliminating those, or at least greatly reducing those in our diets, which again is going to go a long way when you're working on feeling better and building a strong, healthy body. Well, that leads us right into here. So do I have a healing or clearing for addiction? So a lot of the work that we're doing here together is going to hold components of addiction for a lot of people. Do we need more work? Depends on who we are. But we actually can go a long ways with releasing addictions of all kinds. I definitely have healing tools that I've created. Our allergy healing kits that we work with target other types of addiction problems as well, from smoking to narcotic drugs to alcohol. And also, though, as we clear allergies for ourselves, even like I mentioned, for some people, a dairy or milk allergy is directly related to love, and that love is limited, that love has conditions, that we're unlovable or unworthy of love, and all of that. And so as we clear that type of programming, we're also, all of that is connected to our addiction patterns. So we are working on that in a lot of different ways. So yes, there's some of that for you here. I know some of what we're doing is part of that for you and for anyone with that issue, no matter what the addiction is. But we may need to go deeper on that and address some really specific allergies, possibly some really specific relationships and childhood trauma and things like that, which we work with all of that in this modality. I don't have a class specifically for it. My favorite thing to do is to teach my certification courses, so I can put these tools in your hands so that you can help yourself anytime, any moment with anything that's a problem that you're working on in your life. That's like the best way that I can support people. Other than that, I would, so I do have a program on my website that one of them that comes to me is, I can't think of the exact name. But it's about clearing food allergies and healing the digestive system, but it's really about so much more than that. But it goes deep into really complex allergy clearings, which includes alcohol and sugars and cigarettes and a lot of different things. And it moves into some really big healing packets that can help, even if it's a sugar addiction. So that's a suggestion, or you could look for a practitioner if you're looking for one-on-one support. And then you could email us if you'd like. help on that with that. Okay, I hope that helps. And then, oh, Paige, you had Reiki music playing in the background. You're getting chills. Oh, you're welcome, Nicole. Oh, Mimi, that makes sense. I have documented nerve damage in neck. Well, there you go. So part of that nerve damage has to do with some of these pathogens that we're working with here, Mimi, directly. So glad you're here to get that, and repeat, repeat. Let's see, Rebecca, would you consider creating packets for resistance to solar flares, geomagnetic activity, and solar radiation storms? So many people are having strong reactions. I definitely already have tools for this. We already have allergy kits that work with a lot of these things, and I've gone on to create other healing tools that bring in a lot of kind of expanded factors along with the allergy healing to accelerate the clearing and healing processes around those so that we can not be as affected by those things. So for sure, I know those types of things might affect my sleep a little bit once in a while, but overall, I don't live my life feeling very affected by those things. So we do have that support here in this modality for sure. Paige, drinking water also helps move the energy through you. Yes. So I said it, maybe I haven't said it every day, but I should say it again here. Paige, you're reminding me that please drink extra water while you're moving through these days of healing with me, as you're repeating healings on their own at home as well. That is definitely going to help you flush toxins out. It's going to help move energy through you as you are integrating and processing all of the healing. Doing things that help you feel more grounded, gentle yoga, going out for a walk, dancing to your favorite song, whatever it is that helps you really connect more to your body and get grounded is also helpful. And movement also, we're helping energy move through our body and helping toxins move out of the body. Epsom salt baths are helpful. And sometimes we just need a nap to help us to really reset ourselves during that integration time. Okay. Oh, Sue, you're so welcome. Marietta, I crave smokes and sugar. Yes, we can work on that, even though some of those addictions go deep and they're, so connected to a lot of stress, internalized stress and unhealed trauma. But we can definitely get to a place where we can leave those cravings and those addictions in the past. So, oh, Mimi, the night my father died at age 8, mother shoved half a pumpkin pie down my throat. Oh my goodness, it's a comfort food for me. My father was a sugar junkie, dessert every night, never gained weight. His only toxic vice, brain cancer, took him at 53. Wow. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I grew up like that. My dad, total junk food, same, or not really junk food necessarily, but sugar, treats. Very much. I grew up that way. That was, it's so funny. Actually, I'll share a little story because I've mentioned before that I don't do this healing work on my parents due to their religion, and they don't feel comfortable with this type of work. So I don't work on them. I know that they're receiving some benefits, as I work on myself on that, ancestral or that genetic level. I know that they need more than that, but this is total true story. It'll reflect also how I grew up. Why sugar was such an issue for me, I'm sure. But I went out to visit my parents. They live about an hour away from me. I went out to visit my parents with my daughter, who this was probably 2 years ago. So she was, I guess that puts her at about 26 years old. And my son, who is 10, so he was probably 8, Anyway, we went out to visit them, and they like to make sure they like to, they're really big on hospitality, and they get excited we're coming over. And anyhow, um, my mom calls me up and she says, "What kind of Ben and Jerry's ice cream do you guys want?" Because she was going to also cook us a meal and everything. So, "What kind of Ben and Jerry's ice cream do you want?" And I said, well, that's nice, and I said a flavor. And okay, which one, what kind would Sydney want, my daughter? And I like probably anyone you want to get, mom, What about Logan, like my son? And anyway, we show up at her house and she literally has a pint of Ben and Jerry's for each person. And when she was dishing up the ice cream, and she asked how much everybody wanted, um, we just wanted, a little scoop is fine for all of us, even my young son. And my mom was dumbfounded, like literally, she couldn't get over it. Like my mom and dad will just eat ice cream out of the pint and they'll eat the whole thing. So, and they're still doing that at 78 years old. I don't know how they do that, but anyhow. But she couldn't believe it because just like, I grew up and as I was when I was younger, and for a lot of my life and well on into adult years until I was able to clear my allergies to sugars and candida and, all these different things. Um, that's how it was when I lived at home. Everybody would get their own pint of ice cream and we'd eat it all. So, but my mom couldn't believe it. They were shocked that that's all we wanted and we were just done. So it really changes. It changes it. It changes it even for children. So yeah, really interesting. So I want to see if Wendy says so powerful. Kimberly, thank you so much. Knocked me out for a bit. Gladly re-listen and re-listen. Okay, good. Well, oh, Paige says I sleep, and that's when healing really moves about. Yeah, well, how much healing? They say we do most of our healing. Our body does most of our healing in our sleep. So that also makes sense. Oh, Patty, you're sharing some stories about your dad and chocolate. Yeah, I'm just taking that in here. Chocolate bars and pop. Aw, chocolate addictions too. Yeah. And Nicole, if I bring ice cream home, it's gone in a night. Yeah. I relate. I just don't feel that way anymore. Did I miss any questions? I feel like I scanned the chat. Let me go back a little further. Oh, I do see some questions back here. Whoops. I'm going to go all the way to the beginning here and just give me just a second here. Oh, so much energy is clearing for me. I see some of the things I was told weren't real. I can believe in myself. I love this. Good deal. Okay. Lots of shares. I'm just looking for the questions right now. Okay, there's that talk about the bonus gifts coming in emails. I think we covered that. That those are in that replay email, just to say that one more time. Do you answer on YouTube? So I am learning to put my attention on comments on the YouTube channel. This is why I do like to get everyone into a Zoom call, into the Zoom with me. And of course, we had that issue with Zoom and not being able to get more than 100 people in here when we got started. That's resolved with this new link. We spent a lot of time on the phone with Zoom, and it turns out it ended up being a real technical problem that's actually on Zoom's end somehow. and they're looking into resolving that, but I had to go ahead and make a new link. But generally, I like you to all be here with me on Zoom for these because this is where I get to answer your questions live. But I will do my best to look at comments on the YouTube replays and questions there and try to answer those there too. Okay, let's see here. And Bethany had said, I thought we were talking about COVID spike proteins. Yes, so when I clear allergies to COVID, which we did today, my COVID kit includes the spike protein. So you didn't hear me say it out loud, but it's included in the healing that we're doing. That's part of the kit. That's important. And that leads me to also I want to share about what we're going to do tomorrow really quickly before I let you all go here today. And Karina's saying, if I have autoimmune disease, alopecia areata, can I create my immune system not to attack my hair follicles? So that is what we're working with, or that we can do with this work, is teach our body that our own parts of our body are not our enemy, hair follicles and all of that. That's really kind of what we're doing with all of the different energies and substances that make up our internal and external environment with this work. But sometimes we have to get the very specific ones to sort of unlock a disease or a problem. And then also sometimes, even when we get that, get just the right allergens and we clear them, sometimes we also still have to give the body a little bit of time for its own healing process, for those cells to renew and regenerate. And with alopecia, it's often about bacteria and other pathogens as well. There can be emotional components to it for sure. And it's going to be unique for everyone as to what's causing that. We do clear allergies to hair follicles and hair. It's part of my skin allergy kit, actually, since the follicles are in the layers of the skin. So that's what I would say about that. And Karina, so you might want to I would recommend finding a energetic allergy healing practice partner who is an advanced practitioner. Because Karina, I know you're moving through some of the allergy healing trainings, but it can really help to have a practice partner who's really experienced with these tools when we're working to troubleshoot, really complex issues. Okay. Okay, question. Wouldn't clearing negative emotions and thought patterns automatically clear allergies and pathogens from the body? Yeah, so yes, clearing emotions, clearing thought patterns can unlock and release pathogens from the body. That's what we're doing, and clear allergies from the body. So there was a time where I've spent a lot of years of my life before this modality was created, where I would, I've always been drawn to tune into the body and to identify the different energy patterns that are creating a symptom of pain or disease in the body. And I had been able to do that for myself and for others before this modality was created. But it would, sometimes I could do it really quickly, shift pain in the body, and sometimes I couldn't. But sometimes it took a lot of time and a lot of work because I would have to identify the specific patterns that were creating a pain in the body, a symptom in the body. And that could take hours to get all the different components. Okay, what belief systems? Okay, oh, what emotions now? Oh, is there any trauma memory? Is there any entities involved in that, and that story goes on, right? So what this modality is doing is we're clearing allergies, is it's accelerating, what we're doing in seconds, what would have previously taken me hours and maybe hours upon hours to accomplish. So, but yes, we can definitely do that. We are doing that when we're working with the different energy patterns that make up our resistance, which create allergies and pathogen issues and toxic storage problems and all of that. So let's see here. That was a good question. Oops. Let me see if I missed any other questions. Just going to scroll a little bit more. Oh, Nicole, Borrelia for many years. Think it's neurological now. Yeah, so that story can change. Helped a lot of people with Borrelia issues, Lyme disease, to recover. Yeah, Kimberly H. pylori. Yeah, we work with H. pylori. We haven't worked with that specifically here in these master classes, but it's definitely something that's part of our allergy kits that we work with. And it's part of the healing tools that I've created to, quickly support digestive health function and recovery. Definitely have to address H. pylori. So we do that here. Good. I think I made it through the questions. Although there's some new messages here. So let's see here. Oh, here we go. We have some new questions. And I guess I just answered about H. pylori too, Barbara. I just saw that. We have not covered H. pylori here in these master classes. And then let's see. Rebecca, I have to go trick-or-treating. Yes. Me too, tonight, because my 10-year-old still wants to do that. So that's happening. That's happening here. Even though I already did that once with my older daughters, doing that again now. Sue, quick question. I've recently been diagnosed with an eye cataract. Okay, a friend had surgery for a cataract, which did not go well. Oh, that's scary. I had a quick look at Louise Hay's brief on the cause, inability to see ahead with joy, dark future. Okay, I'm sad to say that I have felt like that for the past 16 months. Okay, so might there be an allergy to something with those feelings? I love Louise Hay's work. Some of you who have known me for a while know that. She definitely was a part of my process, part of my journey, brought a lot of awarenesses to me in my early 20s. Yeah, so if you're relating to that, then there is, if you feel that you relate with that, then there's work to do there, and it can be not just programming, belief systems, it can be connected emotions, it can be, for the eyes, it can be allergies to parts of the eye itself. The lens of the eye is almost purely vitamin C, so it can be vitamin C allergies that have been chronic, ongoing, so that we're deficient, and our glands and organs and tissues aren't getting what they need to continue creating healthy new cells. There's a lot of different things that can be a part of that story. With cataract, I believe there's always some pathogens, that are part of that story as well. So there can be a lot to look at there. Relationships that may still need healing, that hold trauma, that are connected to those beliefs or feelings of a dark future or inability to see ahead with joy. A lot of times clearing allergies to sugar really helps clear some of that resistance and disconnection that we have with the feeling, the emotion of joy as well. I have found that relates to sugar, and we're working with that here. So hopefully there are some things here to help you with that as well. But yeah, those are good insights to explore for sure. Oh, Dawn says you touched on ADHD and better brain function. Remind me what allergy programs to listen. Oh, to listen to this. Oh, you have the Miracle Healing Journey, and the Sanctuary. So you're part of our Sanctuary community, Dawn. Oh, and the Self-Healer's Journey. You said healing journey. It took me a second. I had to think about that. So you have that Self-Healer's Journey program course. That's awesome. And then the Sanctuary, we have a lot that we cover each month with community workshops. Um, I'd have to really think about that for a moment because you have a scope of tools to work with. Um, do you mind emailing me at hello@kimberlycarlson.com, and I can take a minute to look a little closer at that and make some suggestions? Okay. All right. Good. Oh, good. You'll email me. Perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, and Sue, thanks, Kimberly. Oh yes, and sugar's been the lifelong thing. Yes, it's very connected to joy, and it's connected to hope. It's connected to um, joy, hope. It's connected to love, to um, what is it? Sweetness. If you think about sugar, the sweetness, right? It can be connected to, trying to get or feel the sweetness of life or not feeling the sweetness of life, right? Childhood trauma, a lot of different things lend itself to those creations. But yeah, so you're resonating with that. Um, I'm wondering if you have any advice. I'm watching my daughter's 9-year-old border collie. Let's see here. While she's deployed. Okay, 4 months after staying with us, he started having seizures. Oh boy. Yesterday, he was diagnosed with late onset epilepsy. Do you think this could be related to an allergy or a pathogen? So, absolutely. Literally, every symptom that we have, every disease, every discomfort, every pain has allergies at the root. Okay, when you look at what an allergy actually is from that energetic perspective. So, so yes, that there's allergies. Yes, pathogens are part of that um, as well. And animals respond to this work really well. Um, so I actually feel like there's something helpful um, for this dog. I don't know if it's a he or she dog, but in the healings we've been doing, so you can run them and just hold, petting the dog or run them in the room with the dog, hold that intention that as the energy is running, as you're receiving it yourself, that it's also running your um, for this dog. So I hope that helps. But yes, I do feel that pathogens are a part of that. And there's definitely allergies that are part of that. Okay, everyone. What I did not say that I will say really quickly before we sign off today um, is for tomorrow, we are going to be doing another really powerful healing. It's a big packet of energy, and it's actually designed or originally created for like deeper support around COVID and long COVID and that continued kind of histamine reaction that a lot of people experienced post-COVID. But It also contains allergy healing for histamine, kind of some foods that are naturally high in histamine or tend to be histamine triggers. So we're going to get some food allergies cleared as part of that tomorrow. And then I'm also going to be doing an additional relationship healing for you. And who and what we're going to do that with, that's kind of open for discussion. We'll see how I'm guided to work with those tomorrow, but we're going to do that as well. And that is really powerful, and it's something that we need as well to when we're looking to reclaim our health on any level: physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. We're really we're doing that with the allergy healing. We've been talking about that. But this particular tool is more focused on our relationships with people. Okay. So we're going to do that as well. And then I'm going to really explore this energetic allergy healing modality. We're going to be talking about how I'm going to be teaching this, my certification course live starting in November, actually starting November 21st. I have some really special bonuses that I'm going to be offering, and I'm going to talk about all of this. I'm going to give you a little inside look at our allergy kits and talk about how we use them, why they work so well for us, and bring us the results that they do. So it's going to be fun, it's going to be informative, and we're going to do more healing together. Okay. So that's all on our agenda for tomorrow. And I wish you all an amazing rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. If you're going trick-or-treating with your kids, have fun. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.